I'm Frank Mottek for M&A.TV, another leader speaking with us here today at the ACG LA 2011 conference. Attorney Robert Braun with JMBM based here in Los Angeles. Robert, thank you very much for being with us, and tell us about your firm and the work that you do.
Great. Frank, we're a full-service law firm. We celebrated our 30th year this year. We have offices in Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Orange County. We are a middle market firm. We focus on transactions, but we provide all services from IP to bankruptcy to real estate. My personal practice is divided between transactions involving companies that do information technology, that have a large investment or sell information technology. And I'm also a senior member of our global hospitality group. We have one of the largest hotel practices in the country and probably in the world. And that's what we do.
Give us your view of the global picture at the moment with new worries about the banking sector and a possible, and some say inevitable, Greek default, and how this might be impacting deal making here.
Well, I think the question is whether a default in Greece would be worse than fixing the problem. But either way, I think it does two things. First of all, it's going to reduce the amount of available cash, and that might be because cash actually has to go into the system because French banks and then our banks and other banks are going to have to pour money into it, or it's going to be because people actually hold on to their money when they don't have to. The other side of it, I think, is just when we see these pictures, and when my clients see these pictures, particularly the traveling public, they don't want to travel. They get worried, and I think that just is a crisis of confidence. So it's as much of a crisis of confidence as it is a real financial crisis.
And what challenges do you see ahead, the year ahead, for deal making given this current environment?
Well, I think it's always been the case that we have fewer and fewer good deals available, and we have a lot of people chasing after those few good deals. You know, I don't have the luxury of representing the pristine companies. I represent companies that sometimes have a little bit of hair on them, that have a few challenges. And for people, those have always been the good deals, and I think those are the ones that are going to face the big challenges, attracting people to finance them, attracting people who want to do deals with them.
Tell us about what you guys do differently to stay competitive and stay on top of the game here.
Well, two things. One of them is that we primarily bring higher level partners to transactions. We find that in the middle market, they're complex transactions, increasingly complex transactions, and it requires someone like me who has 30 years of experience, or other people who with a great track record and great bench strength to be able to handle them. The other thing is that we're focused not just on doing the deal itself. We really want to see what happens after the deal. We want to be with our clients for the long run. So we're not just trying to make that single deal, particularly in the hotel space where there's a 30, 40-year relationship. I want to make sure that that's a deal that works, that makes people happy and want to go on and do the next one.
And how do you see the best M&A practices evolving, and what are some of the mistakes that you're seeing out there?
Well, I hate to tell you, I don't think that the M&A best practices are actually evolving or really adapting. I think there's a tendency now to revert to what's been tried and true, and maybe what's been wrong, and try to attach the same measurements and the same metrics to deals when those don't really matter anymore. I think we have to get through new ones.
Robert Braun, attorney in Los Angeles, JMBM law firm here in LA. Robert, thank you very much for sharing your insights with us here today.
It's my pleasure. Thank you very much, Frank.